I'm Fletcher Brown with another artist video blog, KIX96Country.com. Our guest today is our guest for our final Pepsi Eat to the Beat Listener Appreciation Concert Series that we do each summer. Please welcome all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, Olivia Lane. Olivia?
Hello!
Welcome to KIX96.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
All right, let me tell you real quick, Olivia Lane, I mentioned in a previous blog that I spent my very first ever CMA Music Fest earlier this summer. I was in Nashville, and one of the things that I like to do whenever I go to large music events, I know that everybody likes the big, the headliners, and they're always on the big stage.
Oh, yeah.
I always like to see who's playing at the smaller venues. I always like to see who the new faces are, the new names, and hear the new music, because it's really kind of my job, to bring new artists and new music experiences to my listeners. So that's what I look for. So one day, I'm down in, I believe it was the listening room in Nashville.
Yep.
And there's something called the Diva Jam. I knew Megan Lindsay was going to be there, and some other new female artists, and I hadn't had a chance to see them. So I'm sitting there with a really good friend of mine named J.R. Hughes, and we're having a conversation, and there are all these ladies sitting up there, and they have their guitars, and they're all going around and playing the song. By the time that Olivia started to play, I looked at JR, and my words were, that one right there. And that was when we started the conversation about Olivia Lane. And now your debut EP is out. It's available now.
It is available now on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you can get it. It's probably there. Hopefully.
Right. And "Steal Me Away" is the debut single.
Yep.
"Steal Me Away."
Steal Me Away.
Which was one of the ones that actually jumped off the album at me.
That one's so fun. I love to play it.
Well, let's talk a little bit about where you come from. Now, you're originally from Houston, right?
I'm originally from Houston, Texas. Yeah, born the daughter of a country musician herself. My mom was a country singer.
I want to talk about your mom
because
obviously that echoes in other songs of yours, like Mama Raised Hell, which is a great song on the EP.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about your mom and that influence on you.
Well, she was very influential in who I was listening to, so she kind of saw that I had this big voice. I kind of was, just a really loud kid. She was like, well, let's make this productive. Let's have a little less Britney Spears, a little more Patsy Cline, a little more Trisha Yearwood.
I like you, Mom. I like you.
And thank God she was there, because she was like, play guitar, do this, let's expose you to as much music as possible and see what you like, and let's put you on a stage and see what happens, you know? And she's just been super influential in all of my beginning processes.
All right, so now, by the time you were 21, you were actually in Nashville.
I was. Yeah, actually, my 2 summers that I was in college, I was in Nashville.
All right, so which college did you attend?
I went to USC on the West Coast.
Okay. Oh,
yep.
Well, that's
and so I did theater and music out there.
They have a great theater department, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know it.
Yeah. Dabble in acting a little bit. To be or not to be?
We're here to talk about you. So anyway, so you made your way to Nashville.
Yeah.
Was there anything that said to you when you were out on the West Coast going, I can stay here, I can do this, but what was it that made you say, oh no, I'm going to come back?
Well, I guess it was sort of, I was a late bloomer, I think, in what I really wanted to do. I sort of struggled with I love art. I'm not sure what I want to do. I've always played guitar. I've sort of been on stage. I love singing. I love doing the whole trying to be in front of a camera, all that kind of stuff. And it really dawned on me my sophomore year of college, I want to be a musician. That is what I want to put my heart into. That is what I want to do. Music it's always been my calling, and it sort of just came really late for me. And I was like, well, I already play guitar. That was a hobby, so I can write songs, And I really dived into songwriting in college, because they had a songwriting class, and I just wrote for those 4 years and really, really just immersed myself in the process. And when I went to Nashville my first summer, I had internships, but I knew nobody. I figured I probably should go to Nashville before I actually moved there to see if I A, like it, and B, if it fits, and get to know people. And so that ended up being a really, really great process for me. I interned at this independent publishing house, and that's how I got to know the publishing world and writers and producers who eventually introduced me to their networks, and alas, we're here today.
And we've got... how long did it take from you to make those decisions and those relationships to get to here where you are with the EP and the single?
Oh my gosh. Compiled, I've been living in Nashville for a year and a couple of months. I think 4 months. But, those summers were so invaluable because there's this whole ride around in Nashville where you get up with your guitar, you're by yourself, you just gotta throw yourself in there and fail as much as possible.
Fail forward.
Fail better every time. And so it's getting over those to actually getting to the process where it's so wonderful, where you're confident in the writing room and you're confident on stage. And so now all you have to worry about is what is right for me as an artist. You know, like what's not right for me. Like I don't have to worry about messing up chords anymore because I've already done that. You know,
Yeah.
so that was sort of what my first summers in Nashville were very much like.
But you're a songwriter. All the songs you wrote or co-wrote, right?
Yep.
All right. So has there been anything in the last year or so since you've been performing live and your music has been getting out there? Have you had any interesting interactions with established songwriters or artists in Nashville that are very promising that maybe look to things ahead?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I mean, we played a show in January with Janet Kramer and Jake Owen and Josh Osborne. He's a huge writer and he's just like so amazing, totally on his A game right now. It's just like hit after hit after hit, and I got to ride up for the 3-hour car ride to Louisville with him, and just picking his brain. It's just like he's so humble about everything that he's had, you know, like everything that he's getting, all these awards, all of this, and it just goes back to just the craft and loving the craft, you know, like at the end of the day, everything is so hard. You have to worry about, you know, look and putting content out and writing music and being on and all that kind of stuff. And just when you get down to the root of it, like remembering that it's all about relaying what your message is as a writer and the people you meet in the room. That's like the coolest thing. And, you know, he was just very humble about all that stuff.
Well, you're getting a lot of attention. You've got at least 2 songs getting airplay right now. Obviously, your single that's released to radio, Steal Me Away. Of course, Love Thing is out there also. I think there's a lyric video for Love Thing.
Yeah, there's a lyric video for Love Thing, Long Way to Go, and Steal Me Away. All 3 on the EP. Really? Well, not Steal Me Away. Steal Me Away is coming out soon. The music video is coming out soon.
All right, well, since Steal Me Away, since that's the radio single, that's what we're playing at KIX96. Tell us quick about that single. What's that song about?
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's so much with that single. That was the first song that I wrote in Nashville. I literally called my manager and was like, this is going to be on the EP. I don't know, it might be the single. And he was like, yo, chill. You've got like way more time to write. I had like probably, we weren't making the EP for like another like 5 or 6 months. So like for me to be like, oh, this is the single, he was like, you need to calm down. And he was, you know, he was right, obviously. But it was that first feeling where you hear these artists and they say, well, I just had this gut feeling. And that was a gut feeling for sure. And it just really, really stuck with me. And it ended up being the single.
And it's a great song you hadn't heard.
Thank you.
And we've had such a great time visiting with Olivia Lane today. Of course, if you want to hear the song, Steal Me Away, feel free to call us at KIX96. We'll be happy to play it for you.
Yay.
Where can folks find you on the interwebs?
Yes, on the interwebs, you can go to Instagram, Twitter, Olivia Lane 26, and I'm on YouTube, Olivia Lane, and Facebook, and you can get a free download of Steal Me Away.
How do they do that?
If you want it, if you text my name, one word, Olivia Lane, to 27538. It's that simple.
There you go. And of course, there's the OliviaLane.com where you can hear the music, read her bio, and even links off to all of her social media. And look for a live performance of Olivia elsewhere on this site. Olivia, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming down and hope to see you again soon.
Yeah.
Okay, just saying.
Just saying.
We'll see you next time on another artist video blog at KIX96country.com.